Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, March the 20th, and I would just like to thank the creators of Zyrtec and Flonase for the fact that I can talk today. So thank you very much, Flonase and NasoNex, for letting me, Flonase and Zyrtec for letting me be able to speak today. Celebrated that on Thursday, and thank you to everyone who sent well wishes. And let's see, come on. Let me have it here. Hello, Marlene. So I can see a couple of you all. It is not letting me join us yet. Come on, Facebook. Come on. Really? I need to be able to join the chat. Anyway, hello and happy Sunday. Hello, Carol Lou. So hopefully I'll be able to get on here with you all here in just a second. Facebook is always so funny. So I have my voice this week. Facebook is not wanting me to join the chat. Didn't have my voice last week. It was all good. Hello, Mary. It's good to see you. Again, March the 20th, I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Voice is back again. Hello, Evie. Creators of NasoNex, I guess I got Flonase this time. Flonase and Zyrtec. Just about have my voice back. Come on. Hello, Sherry in Cape Coral, Florida. Come on, Facebook. Let me get on here with you all. This is so crazy. Why would you not let me do that? Okay, so I'll keep trying to get on here with you all. And, oh, here we go. I think I'm here with you. I am. And let's see, who did I miss? So I've got Evie. Hello, John from Home Base. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Vicky from St. Louis. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Kathy. Oh gosh, Kathy, and it's time to get my hair done. I've got to get it done tomorrow. And hello, Myrna. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Sandra from Demon's Ferry. Hello, Kim. Okay, I think I am caught up with you all now. But yes, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. I'm so happy to be able to talk again. Hello, Katie. Katie from Minneapolis. A wonderful spring day there in Minneapolis. But I'm so glad to be able to talk again. Last week was just a wreck. And hello, Anna from New York. Also, hello, Myra. If you are brand new, because I'm seeing some new names pop up here. If you are brand new, please let us know that you are new. Hello, Rosie. It's good to see you. But please let us know if you were new, because we would love to welcome you to say hi and hello. Everyone here is very warm and welcoming, so let us know if you are. Oh, and I missed Linda. Hello, Linda. Everyone here is so welcoming and so friendly, so please let us know if you are new, and we would love to welcome you. Okay, so John just took over the chat. So let's see if Barbara is here yet, or if Orlando Debbie is here yet, or any number of you all. John literally just took over the chat by saying next week we will be doing the chat from Fort Wilderness. So he doesn't know if it's going to be at Fort Wilderness or where it is going to be. But yes, indeed, that is one of the bits of news I was going to give you all today. As it appears, fingers crossed, fingers and toes and everything else crossed, it appears that we are going to Disney next week. For John, would technically be for our anniversary and for John's birthday. And yep, Orlando Debbie is here. Hello, Debbie. But that will be for that. We were trying to get into a 5K, but man, those things fill up fast. So anyway, John just took over the chat. So we're literally going to shut it down right now, because we're just going to be talking about Disney. I am just kidding. Okay. Anyway. And excuse me if I keep clearing my throat. Hello, Lynn. I hope you are feeling much, much better. The voice is back. Again, thank you to Zyrtec and Flonase for giving me my voice back. It is fantastic to be able to speak again. Hello, Mary from Ontario, Canada. I don't know if John would agree, because, it's pretty quiet when I lose my voice. But anywho, for somebody who makes their living talking, it's pretty important that I keep this going. And hello, Marlene from Florida. We will be headed towards Florida next week. Yes, and Debbie, I did miss your hi. So Facebook decided that I wasn't going to get to talk, or that I wasn't going to get to see your messages for the first couple of, seconds. So I missed a couple of people. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania, and hello, Deanna. I saw you sneak in there somewhere, and I'm watching two different screens again today. But this is March the 20th. John and I celebrated our 33rd wedding anniversary on Thursday. So thank you to everyone who sent us well wishes for that. John's birthday is next week. It is on the 31st. So you all can wish him a happy birthday this week or next week, whichever one you want to. And it looks like we are going to be headed to Disney without children and without grandchildren. I'm already feeling guilty, okay? Like, I'm already seriously, like every time I see Alyssa, Bo doesn't know yet, but every time I see Alyssa, I don't know, I'm scared to death I'm going to accidentally say that we are going to Disney without her. It terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me, and I'm already feeling guilty. Okay. Anyway, let's continue to talk. So please continue saying your highs and hellos. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, that is just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Please say hello. Not been much chitter chatter over on YouTube lately. And hello, Sherry. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Sherry saying happy anniversary. Thank you for that. Not much chatting over on YouTube. So, you know, come on, guys. Come on, talk to me on YouTube too, or on If You Have an Egg, IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So, yeah. Oh, and Deanna, we've been there before. We have been to Disney before without children, but that was before we had grandchildren. So, did not feel guilty at all. And don't care if Casey and Alan see this. Did not feel guilty at all going to Disney without the children. Didn't at all. But without the grandkids? I don't know. Feeling a little weird about that. But anyway, we'll have a good time. So, if you are just joining us, today is March the 20th. My voice is barely back, but it is here. Hello, Madeline. Yes, hello, Madeline. It's good to see you. And if you are brand new, again, please let us know, because we love to welcome new people. And by we, I mean all of us, not just me and Dusty, who is taking him a good old nap down here. But we all love to welcome new people. So let us know if you are brand new. If you're brand new to the chat, you don't have to be brand new to Weight Watchers. Just if you're brand new to being live with us here on the chat, we would love to say hello to you. And hello. Yes, hello, Linda. Okay. So a little bit of news. I decided to change the section that says just news to news and reviews, because I realized I kind of pigeonholed myself on news, and I actually have more reviews than I have news. And I love to make things rhyme. So I'm going to change this section to be Aloha Kathy. I'm not changing the section to be Aloha Kathy. She just happened to pop up when I was saying that. But I'm going to change this section to news and reviews. One of the things that I would like to review today real quick before we get into the chat is that the awesome creators at Lily's Sweets have done it again. So I don't know how they keep doing this. Everything they make is fantastic. I haven't had anything yet that I did not like. But I found the new unicorn swirl chips. You get 33 chips for only 2 smart points. And I found those at Walmart. Do not ask why I was at Walmart. Actually, I was getting Dusty's insulin, and you can only get it at Walmart. Because you know, no, Debbie, we are not bringing Dusty. You don't even think about that. Extra guilt trip. We're not even bringing Dusty. We're just coming by ourselves. How crazy is that? Anyway, hello, Rita. So Lily's has come out with, and I did find the new unicorn swirl chips today. 33 chips. Now, they're mini chocolate chips. They're not huge chocolate chips, but I found they're 33 for 2 smart points. And I'm on the hunt for their new gummy bears and sour worms, and those are 3 points per package. So I'm on the hunt for those. So if anybody has found them, if you could tell me what store you found them at, that would be fantastic. Debbie, if you happen to have seen them at Publix or something in Orlando, let me know, because we'll pop in and we will try to find some. But Alyssa will be trying these for you all tomorrow. And I wanted to point out too, they're in an interesting package. So it's no longer just the chocolate chip looking package. The normal chocolate chip package is like this. This is in a new kind of packaging that actually has a Ziploc. I thought that was pretty clever. But anyway, this is new. Just found them today at Walmart when I stopped to get Dusty's insulin. Because, otherwise I would not be at Walmart. You can barely, hello Trish, you can barely pay me to go to Walmart, okay? Alyssa will be trying these out tomorrow, but it's 33 for 2 points. So she'll be trying those out for you tomorrow. I finally did find the Chobani. Hello, Barbara. I finally did find the Chobani. Debbie, I'm looking for Lily's gummy bears or sour worms. Oh man. And Bernice said she saw the gummy bears at Walmart today. I did not see them at our Walmart. I'll have to send somebody else because I'm not willing to go to Walmart twice in the same month. But anyway, I did finally find the Chobani Zero Sugar, but I only found it in the vanilla flavor. I have to say, and it's 1 point per container, I have to say, I liked it. It was good. I did not think that it had any kind of a weird aftertaste. I know sometimes the unsweetened or the artificially sweetened yogurt, some of y'all don't like the aftertaste. This is not artificially sweet, like it's not considered an artificial sweetener. Let me read what this is. It is a dairy product, but it is non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial flavors or preservatives, vegetarian friendly. It's not vegan. It is a dairy product, but it's vegetarian friendly, and it's certified vegetarian friendly, lactose free, and it's sweetened with allulose as the main sweetener. And hello, Alicia. But allulose is the main sweetener on that. I personally don't know anyone who is sensitive to allulose, so I'm going to consider it a win. But anyway, I did finally find those, and they were good. I like them. And then John already blew this news. This is going to be some of my news, but I was going to say around here, I don't say this, but some of the women around here say, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We are headed to Disney next week. And if all goes well, we will have the live chat from somewhere at Disney. I don't know where. And we will let Orlando Debbie know, or anybody else that's in the Orlando area. We will let you all know to see if we can work something out, about meeting up. But anyway, y'all keep praying that we get to go, because we really, really, really need a trip away. We really, really need a trip away. And Debbie, yes, I would love to try all of those, because I would eat yogurt every single day. Okay, so I've chit-chatted long enough about Disney, anniversaries, and birthdays. So I need to know who sat their bottom in a chair last week. So give me a thumbs up if you attended an in-person workshop last week and sat your bottom in a chair. And I did. And I'm so happy that I did, because Gwen was almost short, people, to have enough for her meeting. So I'm super glad that I went. But thumbs ups, and also I'll give myself a thumbs up. Thumbs ups if you went to, oh, wait a second. Alicia said she just finished making this week's WW Turkey Shepherd Pie. I saw that. You're going to have to pop back in and let us know how it was. And hello, Loretta. You're going to have to let us know how it was, because that's one recipe I picked up and took home from our workshop. And Linda had her bottom in a green chair again, but lots of thumbs ups for sitting your bottom in a chair, for attending an in-person workshop, or for attending a Zoom workshop. And let's see some hearts if you attended here with us live last week, or if you watched this again, if you watched later on demand on YouTube. And hello, and Mary, let's see, Mary sat in a green chair. There's lots of green chairs. I can't believe how many green chairs there are, because I know these are all not official, Weight Watchers locations. Let's see. Oh yeah, Barbara did it on Zoom. Yep, very good. So that all counts. All counts. So congratulations, everybody who sat your bottom in a chair, attended a Zoom meeting, workshop, or attended here with us live, or that you watch live on demand. So here are your virtual Bravo stickers. And if you're brand new, Weight Watchers used to hand out real Bravo stickers. They don't do that anymore. So we give out virtual Bravo stickers. And if you want a real Bravo sticker, you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and they're available for download. Okay, this month's theme is build momentum. So we are still talking about building momentum. We were talking before about looking in your rearview mirror. We talk a lot about looking ahead, about, looking ahead and planning ahead. And hello, Irma. So right now we've been talking about building that momentum. So where we started January the 1st, yeah, and Loretta, Kate, or I called her Casey this morning, okay? Alyssa will be trying these tomorrow to let us know how they are. So these are the new Lily's unicorn swirl chips, and for 33 chips, it is 2 smart points for 33 chips. So Alyssa will be trying these for us tomorrow. But anyway, so we're talking about building momentum for the entire month of March. So, everybody's super pumped in January, still pretty excited in February, and then, we start this downhill slide until everybody panics and realizes that it's going to be bikini season soon. Not that I have worn a bikini since I was, 15 years old, but you know what I mean. You get it. You get what I'm talking about. So last week in chat number 264, we were talking about healthy choices made easy, and I read you an Aesop's fable, and that fable was called The Fox and the Grapes. And so this fox was walking down the road, and he saw some delicious looking, fully ripe grapes hanging from a tree, and he thought, I've got to have some of those. I have to have some of those. And he tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed, and try as he might, after he'd failed, after a couple of times of failing, his mind literally convinced him that the grapes were sour. And he thought, well, they're probably sour anyway. Why would I want those? I'm just going to stop trying. A lot of our weight loss journey and our health journey, if it gets too hard, we convince ourselves it wasn't going to happen anyway, or it was going to be bad, or it wasn't going to work out like I thought it, like I wanted it to. So we take a lot of opportunities that are too hard and turn them into sour grapes. But last week we also learned about how we could use sour grapes to our advantage. So I told you last week, if you wanted to have no more sour grapes, so like if you were, if you're trying to start or stop a behavior, you can make it easy. So if you don't want the behavior to be sour grapes, you can make it easy by doing something like putting your shoes at the front door, so that you have no excuses for not going out for a walk. Your shoes are already there. You don't have to go hunt for them. If you have to hunt for your shoes before you know it, you're going to be on the couch. If you wanted more sour grapes, so if you wanted to take a behavior and stop doing it, then you could make it harder. And we're going to talk about what Sandra did last week again this week. But you could do that to make it harder, and then rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So once you have figured out that behavior and either started it or stopped it, then I want you to keep doing it over and over and over again. So last week, your homework was hashtag sour grapes, and you were going to figure out this behavior that you either wanted to start or stop, and you were going to let us know how you were going to make it easier or harder. Okay, so let's see how you did on your homework. So I already told you that last week, I told you last week that Sandra was getting credit for last week's homework, and she was getting credit for this week's homework. So last week, Sandra decided that she would, and she didn't know what the homework was yet, but she got credit for it. She decided that she would make it harder on herself to stop and grab something at the drive-thru. So she's just not going that way. So she has planned a different route home so that, when she's driving home, she's not passing all of these places that are tempting to her to stop. She's making it harder. So she's making it harder to stop at these places by not driving by them. I mean, she would have to go out of her way to go back. So Sandra, good job again. I think that was an excellent one. Excellent. And then Scott posted a great quote this week. And it was talking about fruit, that the last thing to mature on the tree is the fruit. And you'll have to go to our Facebook group, to the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, and read what the actual quote was. But it was perfect. So his quote reminded me that if we give up too soon because something is hard, we will never see that fruit. We'll never see that ripened, perfect fruit. Okay, so please go back to our If You Have an Egg Facebook group and see Scott's post there, because it was a great one, and he shared it from another group, and it was perfect. Would be great on a t-shirt or like on your refrigerator to remind yourself of this. And then Marianne was going to stop a behavior that a lot of us could work on, and that was focusing too much attention on the scale every day. So I know several of us, a lot of us, many of us get a little bit obsessed with our daily weight, which can fluctuate a huge amount. Like if I have too much sodium, my weight can fluctuate 3 to 4 pounds from one day to the next just from sodium. And that is not a weight gain. That's just water weight from sodium. And then when it flushes itself out and I go, hooray, I just lost 4 pounds today. That didn't happen, okay? So she was focusing too much on, weighing herself every day, and she wanted, to back off a little bit. So she turned it into sour grapes. She decided to put her scale away so that she actually had to go hunt for it when it was time to weigh herself. And guess what? It's out of sight, out of mind, so she's not micro-focusing on weighing herself every day. So bravo to everyone who did your homework this week. Good job, ladies and gents. Because it's nice to have a gentleman now doing his homework. But good job, everybody. Here are your extra Bravo stickers for doing your homework. This week, we're talking about creating a healthy social circle. And I'm going to read 3 things. I'm going to read 3 things to you, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Yeah, and Loretta says it's so hard losing weight at 63. I know, and she tries so hard. Loretta, just try a little hard, okay? We talk about this all the time. Don't try to do all of it. Just try to do something, okay? Just a little something. Okay, so this week we're talking about creating a healthy social circle, and I'm going to read you 3 sentences, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about them. So the first one is, these are 3 quotes, okay? You should stop losing weight. You're starting to look too, let's fill in the blank. You're starting to look too thin. Hello, Deborah from Virginia. You're starting to look too thin, too old, too sickly, too whatever, okay? So that's the first comment. You should stop losing weight. You're starting to look too, fill in the blank. The second one is, when will you be done with your diet so we can just eat again? Okay, that's the second one. And the third one is, can you eat that? Can you eat that? Okay, so raise your hand if a complete stranger has ever asked you one of those 3 questions, has ever made a comment similar to that, like a complete stranger, or not a complete stranger, necessarily a complete stranger, but like, somebody at work that you don't talk to very much, or, somebody in casual passing or whatever. I'm not talking your close friends or family. I'm talking, just, somebody that you don't have a lot of interaction with. So raise your hand if somebody that you're not really, close to has ever asked you, asked you one of those questions or made a statement like that. So a lot of y'all are saying yes. A lot of y'all are saying yes. Okay. A lot of hands going up. Okay. Now, raise your hand if a close friend or a family member has ever said that, has ever said that, or, or asked you one of those questions. So now raise your hands for that. So ouch, that one kind of hurts, because if it's somebody that's close to you, it kind of hurts when they're the person that either makes that statement or asks you one of those questions. So part of succeeding long term, so part of a long term success in this, and sadly there's lots of hands and lots of yeses, but part of succeeding long term, I don't think any of us are here. I don't think a single one of us are here because we want to lose weight March of 2022 and then just go ahead and gain it back. Okay, I think we're all in this for the long haul. Whether we think we can do it long term or not, I think we all have joined Weight Watchers 1 to 17, however many times, 25 years. Okay, I've been doing this for 25 years. I think we all joined Weight Watchers with the thought, this is going to be, my plan is for this to be forever. I plan for this to be a lifestyle. So part of succeeding on any long-term plan, and that could be weight loss, that could be healthy living, that could be a doctor recommending that you do something to either avoid surgery or to avoid so much medication. So anything that you're going to do, any plan that you're going to do long term to accomplish something like that. Hold on a second. Debbie said someone who was a friend that had made goal. What? Said the first one and then sabotaged Debbie. Okay, so we're literally getting ready to talk about this, okay? Because this is, it's going to happen, and I'm sorry, and it's probably already happened, and sadly it happened to Debbie. But anything that you're going to do long term like that, you've got to surround yourself with a close network of people that are supportive, that care about your success, and who both feel you and who fuel you, okay? So I want you to pay attention to what I just said. So it's people that feel you, like they feel you, they get it, they get it, and they fuel you. Gwen, in our Tuesday night in-person workshop, so Gwen is our fearless leader, and she's fantastic. I don't know what's gonna happen if she ever decides to retire, but anyway, so Gwen read us she had us read some beautiful examples of what we all want in a good fueler. So a fueler is a person who feels you, like they feel what's going on. And they want to fill you up. So it's somebody that fuels you or fills you up instead of emptying or draining your tank. Okay, so we're all in multiple circles of influence. So there are 12,000 of us in this group. Okay, all 12,000 of us are not close. Okay, it statistically cannot happen. So in that 12,000 people, there are little circles of people, okay? So like Deanna and Julie are great examples of that. So Deanna and Julie are a much tighter circle. And then Deanna and Julie also have circles of, of influence within that intersect. Like Julie has some circles of influence that sometimes intersect with Deanna's. So some of these are going to overlap, okay? So, but you're going to have this one inner, you're going to have these circles are going to get closer and closer and closer and tighter and tighter. So we're all in multiple circles of influence, but I bet that you can name a small social circle of fuelers that you would like to be even closer. So there's a handful of people that you think, they do feel me and they do fuel me. I would like that person or that situation to be even closer. So to be in your most tight circle, choose someone who can fuel you by doing one or more of the following things. So the first one, feel me, fuel me. Okay, just listen to me. Feel me when I say so this is about the one about you've lost too much weight or you're losing too much weight or, whatever. So just listen to me. Feel me. Feel me when I say I appreciate your concern, but my doctor and I are the only ones who get to decide what my best weight should be. Fuel me by understanding that my goal weight is my goal weight, and respecting the boundaries about when you ask about my weight or about my goal, that crosses a boundary. Okay, so do y'all get this? So feel me and fuel me. The next one was the statement that said, when will you be done so we can start eating again? So for that one, feel me, fuel me. So feel me when I say you can either go on this journey with me or I will go on without you, but I will go on. So feel me when I say that. Fuel me by realizing this is a lifestyle I want to learn to live by for my health, for my ideal weight, for the surgery that I have coming up, for the prescriptions that I want to reduce so my feet won't hurt, whatever that reason is. But understand, I will never be cured. Okay? So fuel me by understanding all that. And then the last one is, can you eat that? Which is one of my least favorite things anybody ever says. Can you eat that? Feel me, and know that to be successful long term, I will not be put in a food prison, and I am not interested in hanging out with the food police. Okay? Feel me when I say that. And then fuel me by helping me plan a menu. Maybe go to the grocery store, choose a restaurant where I can look up the points or I can estimate the points, do the grocery shopping, attend a special event with me, and don't judge me. But I chose Weight Watchers because there are no forbidden foods. Everything can be on my plan, and I will track my own food. Okay, so do you all understand? Feel me and fuel me, because that's going to be your homework for this week. So your homework for this week is hashtag feel me, fuel me. So it's hashtag FEELME, So hashtag feel me, fuel me. And then I want you to name one person, and you only get to pick one, but I want you to name one person who is already in your closest circle of friends, because friends, family members, whatever, they're in your very closest, that little tiniest little circle. And I want you to name that person because they both feel you and they fuel you. And then I want you to tell us what they hashtag feel me, fuel me, what statement got them there. So what it is that they do, that they feel you and they fuel you. Because I promise, if you'll say that out loud, if you will say what it is that they do to feel you and fuel you, you'll realize, this little circle over here, those are the people that I need to hang out with. Or maybe I need to leave the 762 other Facebook groups that I'm in that don't feel me or fuel me. Or maybe I need to only hang out with these people when I'm eating. Or maybe I need to spend more time with these people. You know what I mean? So pick that one person. And yes, we're getting super close to water time. So pick that one person who already hashtag feel me, fuel me for you, and then tell us what they do. So that is your homework for this week. I hope everyone will do it. If you are brand new with us, you can do your homework here on Facebook. You can do it over in our closed Facebook group. And if you are not already a member of that, you can, somebody might post the link. Carol Lou and Debbie are usually pretty quick about posting the link to the closed group. Just know that you need to answer those 3 questions. We have 7 people right now that are probably not going to get in. 7 people requested today and didn't answer any of the very simple, extremely simple questions. But anyway, go ahead and do your homework. Tag me on Instagram, tag me on Connect. In Facebook, you can go ahead and comment on YouTube. That's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, or on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And Deanna was kind enough to remind everyone that we do have a blog. It's free. It's got free recipes on it. We post these chats on there, and the notes to the chats are always posted on there. Jessica and Casey do a fantastic job of getting those posted for you all, and those are always free of charge. So print them, use them, share them, share them with other people. But you can go there and share that, and go ahead and tag me in your homework. Okay, and yes, Sandra, it is time to drink some water. So I wanted to tell you all, if you're brand new, this is a 1-hour chat. So if you thought we were done, go potty and come back, because we're not done. So the first 30 minutes is always what Weight Watchers talked about the prior week. So whatever the topic was for the prior week, so that if you missed it, if you need a recap, if you got to go to an in-person workshop or to a Zoom workshop, but you just need a refresher. And then the second half is always something fun. So the water that I have tonight, I don't know if y'all remember, but several weeks ago, I used my new Super Cubes to freeze some fruit. I used it to freeze some herbs and then to freeze some fruit. And I had put some of the fruit ice cubes in a freezer bag, and I was getting something out of the freezer here at Casey Kitchen Center today and thought, I have 4 fruit ice cubes left. So we are at the 30-minute mark. Everybody stop. stop and get a drink of water. This is, oh God. So all of this little frozen fruit that I froze in my super cube, and you can find that chat, I don't know, it's been a few weeks ago, and then the second part of it, the extra credit part, we talked about super cubes, and those are spelled SOUPERCUBES, super cubes. So you'll have to go back and watch that because we froze lots of things, and I continue to use the dickens out of those things. Like it's my top, like, yeah, it's in my top 3 favorite things right now. So at the halfway point in the chat, everybody gets a drink of water, everybody except Dusty, because I've got him sequestered to his chair. And yes, Barbara, cucumber water is very good. I do like, and I like, oh, what is it I had that day? I had mint and, was it cucumber? I can't remember, was it cucumber and mint? Somebody made it for me, and it was also really good. Okay, so tonight, for the second half of our chat, we are not actually making anything, but I'm going to rapid fire go through some super easy road trip. We're going to pack for road trip success tips, but we do the apron at the halfway point. And again, if you're new, we do the apron so that Casey knows when it's time to do the second half of the chat. And in case we are cooking something that, you know, I have on an apron, it's not going to go over my clothes. Okay, another sip of water real quick. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I love little bits of frozen fruit in the water because as they're starting to melt, now my water has just a hint, barely a hint of fruit flavoring with nothing else in there. Okay, so before I go on and on and on about that, today is March the 20th. This is chat number 265. And in the first half, we were talking about creating that little innermost circle of friends, people that fuel you instead of just suck the, you know, whatever out of you. Okay. But in the second half, we are talking about ways to get ready for a road trip and how to have a successful road trip. So this week was spring break for Knox County, Tennessee. I know a lot of you all are either getting ready to go on spring break. Some of you, your spring break revolves around Easter, which is coming up soon, super soon, like faster than I'm ready for it. We are personally going on a road trip this next week down to Disney, and I love to prepare for a road trip. We take some things that I don't have here with me today to show you, but we always pack a cooler. Now we normally have me and John, so my husband and I, we normally have us, usually have either Casey and her husband Alan, or their children, or Casey, Alan, and their children. So this is the first time that it's just going to be John and I for anything other than just an overnighter in a while. So I've had to kind of rethink how I'm packing this, just because I don't need to take, 1,000 things. I don't need to pack for 5 people. So, okay. Number 1. You need a cooler, okay? So if you're going to be traveling very far at all, you need a cooler. Number 2, you need somebody that likes to organize a little bit. So it's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't like to pre-plan very many things, but I love to pack and get organized for a trip for some bizarre reason. So I'm going to show you some of my tips. I'm going to show you some of the things that I do to pack and, and get ready for a trip. First thing is you need to get some non-perishable things, and you need to get some sturdy things. So sturdy things are going to be things like apples. Clementines travel really well. Bananas travel okay if you are gentle with them, and if you put them in the side of something else. Baby carrots travel really well. Grapes. So I'm talking about 0-point foods. So you need some 0-point foods that travel really, really well. So grapes travel really well. And then I always get them already, in a container like this, because I'm going to show you how to reuse this container here in just a few minutes. Or things like, I still had 1 pack of these Sprinkles tiny grapes teeny tiny tomatoes in here. So these are teeny tiny tomatoes, and the container that they are in, first of all, these are so small that they're not going to get mushy. So those are going to travel really well. And hard-boiled eggs. So the hard-boiled eggs, I'll leave them in the shell if we're taking them on the trip with us, if we are not ready to eat them right then. So I leave them in the shell, and I either pack them in something else so that they're not going to get broken, or if my egg carton was, okay, so Barbara said fruit's not is not a 0 point food for her anymore. I failed to, thank you, Barbara, for pointing that out. I failed to mention, if you marked yes when you did your evaluation, so when you answered all the questions at the beginning of your evaluation on on Weight Watchers, if you answered yes to being diabetic or pre-diabetic, then fruit is no longer a 0 point food for you. So just keep that in mind as you're packing for a road trip. But eggs, after I hard boil them, then obviously I put them back in the refrigerator, and then I would carry them in the cooler portion of of whatever I've packed. But if I did a like a cardboard egg carton, those are better because they're a little bit cushier. Or I have a plastic egg carton that I put a hairband around to keep it closed, and I will leave those in there until I'm ready to open them, until I'm ready to eat them. Unless we're going to eat them like as we're driving, and then I will go ahead and just open as many as we need. Okay, so that's one little tip. Get some sturdy things. Second tip, get some things that are pre-packaged and like in a snack size, like some kind of beef sticks or turkey sticks. These are small. I wanted turkey sticks, but they did not have them at Aldi or at Food City today. So I don't know if there's a turkey stick shortage. Like, I didn't even see places on the shelves, which was unusual because normally I can find lots of turkey sticks. I could only find them in other things that we will talk about here in a second. But so I went ahead and got these because the Craven beef sticks, they have 4 grams of protein. These are 2 points. So it's 2 points, and it's a decent sized, little stick. But some things like that, if you go to Aldi, you can get 100-calorie packs. They have almonds, and they have one that's almonds and walnuts. These are 4 smart points. If you need to splurge a little bit, if you want something, kind of a treat instead of stopping and getting a candy bar. I'm super bad about, and y'all know this. Well, I'm going to let you all guess. So y'all know, if you've been around very long, I have one thing that road trip equals what? Do y'all remember what it is? When we're going on a road trip, there's one thing that pops in my head as far as a snacky food every single time. And if you remember it, you get an extra Bravo sticker. But instead of getting that thing, and John knows what it is, so he can't cheat. But even if you splurge and get some kind of little trail mix like this, this is not a huge thing of trail mix. And this one I think is 7 smart points. No, I love potato chips. I love potato chips, but that is not it. And no, Vicky, not gummies. I think this one's 7 points, but this is still better, and it's going to fill you up more than the thing, like if you stopped and got, some kind of candy or something like that. This does have, let's see, let me find it here, a little bit of fiber. This has 3 grams of fiber and 9 grams of protein. Yes, Carol Lou's exactly right. Peanut M&Ms, yeah. And Kathy, I'd love to make that man's chicken, but the one thing that pops in my head, like as far as a, mini stickers would be good too. But peanut M&Ms. I don't know why, but as soon as John says, hey, we're going to get in the car and it's going to be longer than an hour, my brain says peanut M&Ms. Okay. So to avoid peanut M&Ms, something like this, even if at a higher point trail mix, this still has 9 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. So this is still better for you than like a candy bar, eating some kind of a candy bar. So something like, something like that. So something like that that's going to travel well. Next thing is take containers that you've reused from something else. And yes, Vicky, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. So I save containers like Alyssa thinks it's hers. So she thinks this entire cabinet, because I put it down low so that she can play with them, but she thinks this cabinet at home is hers. But it is all kinds of reusable plastic containers. Now I've washed them out, but like this one, I'm pretty sure was probably hot and sour soup from a Chinese restaurant. Pretty sure that's what it was. But it's a nice, it's just a nice size container. This one I think was probably a carry-out container from one of the food trucks that comes here to Casey Kitchen Center, but another, a nice reusable container. And let's face it, if I get down there, so if I get to Disney and I lose these, or we break them, or we accidentally run over them with the truck or whatever, I'm not going to be devastated because this is not my expensive, plasticware that I've bought from anywhere. When I mentioned the grapes earlier, so even though it's more expensive, theoretically, I'm still on the fence about this. Carol Lou says her peanut, her granddaughter is also peanut. Ours is too. So her peanut also has an empty container cupboard there at her house. That's hilarious. But theoretically, these grapes are more expensive in this cup than they are loose. But I don't know. I can convince myself that it's okay to pay $2.50 for this size grapes because somebody has gone through and picked through these, and there's never any gross ones in there. Like you'd have to go through and pick, from home. Plus, I can wash them and then take them with me. It's a cup. I can stick it in the cup holder. I can just sit and eat them straight out of that. And when I'm done, I can use this if I need to use this container to put some carrots in. So like if we're going to go back out later and I need to put some carrots in it, if I want to put some, a couple of things of applesauce, like just, single serve applesauce in there, you can do that. But you can put lots of other things in it. You could put some cereal in it to take back out later. But anyway, I always end up using containers like this. Like I end up using them like 2 and 3 times. If you wanted to pack a couple of the eggs, of the hard-boiled eggs, and then put them down in your cooler, this would be perfect for that. So I always reuse those kinds of containers. I'm so sad that Food City was completely out of it, but the core protein that I have decided I like so much, I'm going to have to go to another store, or maybe I'll just wait till I get down to Publix to get some. But I almost always get some of these individual serving cereals. So there's something about being on a road trip that just screams, I don't know, you just want to eat cereal today. You don't want to have, it's either cereal or Pop-Tarts. This is John's. This is the Raisin Bran is definitely higher in points. So I think this container was like 7 or 8 points for the whole container. The Cheerios, just regular plain old Cheerios. This is not Honey Nut Cheerios. The regular plain old Cheerios, and these are like $1 across the street at Food City. So these are Cheerios is 4 points, and then for half. If I needed to use half of the oh my gosh, the name just left me. Fairlife, of half of the Fairlife core protein drink. So I've got the vanilla. We could do half in John's and half in mine. And half of that is 2 points. So 2 points plus 4 points equals anybody, it equals 6 points. So that's still going to be better than eating Pop-Tarts, okay? And I'll feel better about it. And regular Cheerios have, let me find it here, 1 gram of fiber. So woohoo! But anyway, so they already come in these little containers. Again, I end up saving these little plastic containers and reusing them a couple of times. I've been known to use them for Dusty's water, if he's going with us, or something like that. If you get leftover... Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Loretta says she loves Cheerios mixed with yogurt. I'll have to try that. If we get, bye Alicia, have fun. So when we get extra plasticware from somewhere, so if they've thrown it in our bag, or if we go, I don't know, if we get carry-out food or whatever, and we get extra plasticware, don't throw it away. First of all, because you're killing me for throwing stuff like this away, like a whole packet of plasticware, the plastic. This is like a huge waste. Anyway, but at least try to use it. So I pack these so that if we get somewhere and we have the food that I've packed and we need a fork or a knife or whatever, we already have it. I'm going to show you how I pack that here in just a minute. We always take Jif to go. There are some other brands that come in like little squeeze tubes, but the Jif to go I like because they're in these little individual cups. And these we pack, and we take these to the park, and we make our own sandwiches. So I know, and I've had lots of people go, they let you take food into Disney? Are there places that they don't let you take food into? Like we hardly ever, I think I've been to Dollywood, we live, don't tell Dolly I said this, but we live, I don't know what, John, 40 minutes from Dollywood maybe, and I think I've been twice ever. I have no idea if Dolly would let you bring stuff in. I don't know if other theme parks do, but like if you're going to the beach, or if you're just going on a road trip, or if you're going to a soccer tournament, or it's a volleyball trip, or whatever, it's just a road trip. It doesn't have to be to Disney, but we make our own sandwiches with these. So the whole container of this is 8 points. So if you ate this entire thing of peanut butter, this would be 8 points. But if you split it in half, because you kept the super handy knife that came in, whatever this came in, you kept that super handy knife, and then you had, oh, and I'll have to dig them out here. I'll show you how to make this in a second. I'll circle back around to this one because I'm going to have to dig out of this to show you how to make that. But we do make our own sandwiches when we're waiting in line at Disney. That is the easiest way to kill time, to eat food without spending any extra money, you know, and to eat what you have. So individual peanut butter cups, super easy. Try to split them with a friend because it's 8 points for the whole thing or 4 points for half of it. If you happen to be staying at a hotel, we will be staying in our camper. But if you happen to be staying at a hotel, or if you have been to a restaurant lately that has, you know, jams or jellies and they left some on the table, if you wanted to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know, you can take these little individual ones with you. That's another great thing to keep. What's in here? I'm going to show you this in just a second. But I wanted to show you what's inside of this are clear bags. So I used to use plastic Ziploc bags. So if y'all have been watching this for very long, you know, always in chats past, when I've shown you how to pack for a trip or shown you how to pack for Disney or whatever, I've used clear plastic, like zippered bags. I'm not doing that anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, Debbie says you can't see something if something is molded or bad in those squeeze tubes. That's true. That's actually true. Yeah. So this is much better to be able to peel off the top and see what's in it. But anyway, so I have completely 100% switched to these see-through mesh bags. These are called Bumble bags. And they are they're just called produce bags, and they are see-through. Disney will let you bring your own food in, but my recommendation, anything that you're going to pack in your backpack at Disney, Dollywood, anywhere else, even if it's not food, put it in a clear bag, because when you go through security, if they can see what's in it, like if they're going to go through your bag, or even if you're going through, like at Disney now you can go through and be scanned kind of like at the airport. You can use these for the airport. I mean, you can put your things that you're going to, hello Sylvia, that you can, and Sylvia, we're talking about road trips and packing things for that. So you could totally do this for the baseball tournament and have fun. But clear bags are better because if they can see through them, they're not going to fondle them and squish them. So I can't tell you how many bananas I have had fondled and squished going through Disney security lines when they couldn't see through it. So I started using clear bags. So these are called Bumble bags. We do have these here at Casey Kitchen Center. They have a drawstring, so when you get them filled up, you can just close the drawstring. All three of the ones that we have here at Casey Kitchen Center are all this gallon size, and again, these are Bumble bags with super cute designs, and you can just close those up, and you can get those on CaseyKitchenCenter.com. This one is one that I found at Home Goods. Still a gallon size, another, cute color. I love the color purple, so I love that one. They are produce bags, so you can use them when you go to buy your produce, or you can use them for something like this. Now, once you do that, I have my market bag, and my market bag has all of my treats in it. Now, I've got all of this in a market bag so that I can just drop this down into our cooler, because part of this is perishable, and part of this is going to have to go in the cooler. And that way, as we're driving down the road, if John says, hey, I want something to snack on, or, whatever, I can just pull this out, or I can pull one of my containers out. Like if I kept a leftover bigger container, and if it's full of cubed cheese, or if it's full of That Man's turkey tenderloin. And y'all were super close when you were saying That Man's chicken. We always make That Man's turkey tenderloin, and I didn't get it yet because it's too many days out, and I need to make it fresh. So we will definitely be making That Man's turkey tenderloin, which would be fantastic in a container about this size to nibble on as we're going, as we're driving down. But in my market bag, I have got a couple of different bags in here. One of them is just a small little produce bag. Well, it's not little, but it's like a half gallon size, and it has all of my snack cheese in it. So this definitely has to be refrigerated. So this will be going in the cooler. These are Sargento reduced fat snack cheeses. These are 2 Smart Points. This is Tillamook not reduced fat. medium cheddar. These things are fantastic. And, you know, we're going on a trip, so I'm going to treat myself a little bit. These are 4 smart points. So 4 smart points for the cheddar, 2 smart points for the Sargento light. See, now I'm thinking about the Tillamook cheese. Anyway, for the reduced fat Colby Jack, it's Colby Jack. And then we also usually buy some reduced fat or some light mozzarella string cheese to take with us. But again, it's in a clear, so I would not ever just take, I don't think I would, into somewhere like Disney, but like if you were headed to the beach or somewhere else. And this way too, you know, when the kids are digging through it, they can see what's in there. So they can say, oh, okay, that's the bag with all the cheese in it. You know, this is the bag with all the snacks in it, you know, and they're not going to dump everything out. So that's another, you know, big concern, is to make sure that they're not dumping, you know, everything out. I do always take some kind of low point tortillas with us. So this time we'll be taking the carb counter tortillas. These are 1 smart point. We'll be taking those, and I'll show you here in a second what we do with those. And oh my gosh, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. We got like 8 minutes left. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, so this is just another one of the produce bags. It's clear, again, that way the kids are not dumping stuff out, or your husband, you know, whatever, looking for stuff. So this one has all of our, or has an assortment of snack things in it. Hello, Joanna. Has an assortment of snack things in it. I always start every road trip. With some kind of like Pringles, or these, I happen to go to Aldi today, so these are Clancy's Stackers, the cheddar cheese, because we will eat the chips that are in here. And yes, I know that chips are points, but for some reason, the chips like this, I don't go crazy. Like, I won't eat that whole thing. We will ration this out, and we'll eat it while we're in line, or we'll eat it while we're driving down there or whatever, because again, it fits in a cup holder. But this gives me another sturdy container if I need to slip some things down in here, like if I need to slip some snack mix or some, you know, pretzels in other bags or something down here, I can reuse this a couple of times. So that's going to go in our bag. And I've also got more trail mix. I've got some tuna pouches, because this is going to be a bag that's going to be packed. It'll have the low point tortillas in it. So we can have, you know, if we want to, like while we're waiting in line, if I want to turn my backpack around, and if y'all have watched very long, you know, I do this every time. I pack whatever we're going to have for, you know, snack or lunch. I pack in my backpack, and then while we're waiting in a line, so if we're going to be in line for like an hour or so and it's during lunchtime, I'll just turn the backpack around and I'll have it on the front of me, and I make like a little, I can pat it down to make like a little shelf, and I'll take a low point tortilla. Remember the knife that I got out of something, or, you know, a fork and a knife that came out of another one, or wherever they went, the packs of these, you know, that we got, you know, because we've got these everywhere that we reuse. And then I can either take the low point tortilla, and I can open a tuna pack and put that on there, and we can have a tuna sandwich. Or I can use one, I can do a half of a peanut butter, and I can split it with John. And so I can do a half a peanut butter and a banana, half a thing of peanut butter and a banana, roll it up in here, and you wouldn't believe the jealous looks. I mean, seriously, people look at us like, oh, why didn't we think of that? But so this has all of our snacks in it. So it's got an assortment of them. So again, more tuna packs. It's got Quest bars. It has the Everly hydration drink mix that I'm going to put in, you know, in my water. It has more 100-calorie packs. So those are 4 points each, in case I didn't say that out loud. It's got more of those in there. It's got peanut butter crackers. I mean, it's got all that stuff. So all of this is in this bag now, you know, and we can just take it up, put it in our backpack, put it in your cooler, put it wherever the kids are going to be digging in. So if you're going through a security line, they can easily see what's in there. Or, you know, if the kids are just going to be digging in it, you know, that way they're not dumping everything out looking for the one thing that they were looking for. Okay, also, if you're staying somewhere where you have some control over what you're going to eat, so like we'll be in our camper and we will have a small refrigerator with us, little containers like this. You can get some pre-made salad mix. You can go ahead and mix it up in something, put it out into some of these containers. And since you have these, you could totally, and yes, those bags, if you had, yes, if there was water in the cooler, then yes, those bags, they would get wet in the cooler. But these are wrapped in plastic. And then I put the other bags that don't need to get wet, I separate them in the cooler. So if I'm carrying everything in the cooler, I'll put another plastic bin down in there, put the things that don't need to be cold in it, and the things that need to be cold in on the cold side. I guess I forgot to mention, I don't put ice in my cooler. I freeze bottles of water. So they do have condensation on them, but I freeze bottles of water instead of packing ice in there. That way we have water to drink. We don't have any ice to dump out, you know, and it keeps everything cold. But anyway, so you can do this. You can go ahead and put it in some of these reusable containers. And because you have these, you can eat that. If you wanted to put one of your hard-boiled eggs on there, you could. You could do that as well. I always have, and y'all have seen this 150 times, we always have our very fancy plastic container of camping snacks. And Alyssa loves to dig through this. So this is literally a pod container. So this was from Laundry Pods. You do have to wash it out very well just so it doesn't smell like anything. But here again, this is filled with all of the snacks that I just went through. Peanut butter crackers, Quest bars, snack mix. We've got the meat sticks in here. Okay, last but not least, and I'm going to tell y'all this real quick. Okay, so when I was at Aldi and when I was at Food City today, because yes, I went to 2 grocery stores today, I found, you know, those little snack trays, like several different variations of like protein snack things. A, they were expensive. B, they were super, like higher in points. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. I don't need to do that. So instead, we'll be using our disposable containers. And if I do, so basically what these things were, it was some kind of meat, some kind of nuts. Hello, Janet. Some kind of meat, so like a meat stick, some kind of nuts, some kind of cheese. Ooh, and Debbie does blocks of ice for hurricanes. We're not doing any hurricanes, okay? Just kidding. So, and then you can do some kind of fruit, and you can do one of your hard-boiled eggs. So me making this is way less expensive than what was in those little kits. So I can do the hard-boiled egg for me is 0 points because I always have eggs as 0. This cheese stick is 2, this is 4, and this is 2. So this is 2, 4, 8, 0. So that's 8 points, and that's a heck of a lot more food for a lot less money than what was in that little protein pack. Okay, and then real quick, I have a quiz for you all. So in these packs, always make sure that you have things like lip balm, hair thingies. If you've got, you know, long hair or whatever, make sure you've got those in there. Always take some tissues with you. But here's my quiz. So empty medicine containers, because y'all know how much I love to reuse things. So we use these to put matches in, anything that needs to not get wet. Like if we need like if we're going to be gone long enough to do 3 loads of laundry, you can fit about 3 laundry pods in one of these. And they won't get wet because these, don't put them in the cooler though. These things are made to stay dry because it's made to have medicine in it. So they will stay drier than most things. Okay, this one I used for quarters. So you get bonus points. So everybody who got bonus points for knowing that peanut butter M&M or peanut M&Ms are the one thing that I get just crazy over when I hear the word road trip. So I want you all to guess, how many quarters can you fit in a regular size? I happen to know how many it is. We'll be going through several tolls. Some of them still take actual money. We will have, exactly right. Yeah, Barbara says change to pay tolls. Yeah, some of them still do take money. I don't know how many of them do. They were, starting to switch over, but we also do the laundry there at Fort Wilderness. We'll wash clothes at least a couple of times. But bonus points, if you can tell me, y'all have 2 minutes to guess. If you can tell me how many quarters fit in a regular 20. So maybe I should have said how many dollars worth. How many dollars worth of quarters will fit in this? So you all have 2 minutes to guess. Okay, Marianne says $10. Katie says $5 or half of a roll. Trish says 10. Oops, somebody else said 10. Hold on. Joyce said 10. Vicki said 20. I think I got Marianne. Marianne said 10. Mary says 20. John says, good night, everyone. See you from Disney. He doesn't even want to guess. He's just ready to go. Star says 10. Barbara says 15. Trish says 40 quarters. Yeah, that's $10, I think. And Deanna says 8. It is $10. So you can get $10 worth of quarters in this. In case you need to have quarters somewhere, you will know that you can fit exactly $10 in there. Okay, so I hope y'all found something out of this mess that will help you if you've got soccer tournament, volleyball games, baseball, like Sylvia has, baseball. If you're going to the beach, if you're going to a theme park, if you're going with us to Disney, I hope you can find something. So I hope that helps somebody that was trying to figure out how to pack. We have, this chat will be posted tomorrow on YouTube. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. If you need oh no, I've got to remember what all this was. And then Jessica will have all of this printed. She'll have all of this typed out. If you need a typewritten list of everything that I had included here, she will have that typed out probably by Tuesday and posted, so you can just print it out and use it if you want to. And maybe I'll have her do it like a packing list, like a packing list that you could check off of things, that you could take with you. But anyway, so I hope that helps somebody out. Alyssa will be trying the Lily's unicorn chips tomorrow, and she'll let you know how those are. But yeah. So I hope y'all had a good time. And let's see, Trish said, she knows that because she stores $10 worth of quarters in each one when she goes somewhere. I missed that. Okay. Anyway, so I hope y'all got some great ideas. We are going to pack up and head home because we've got to start getting ready to leave to go to Disney. But thank you all for being here again. We will see you next week. When I see you next time, well, y'all will see Alyssa try the Lily's chips. But when I see you all next time, hopefully, again, pray for us that we get to go, that everything works out. But hopefully we will be at our happy place at Disney the next time we see you. But thank you all for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and, and I'll have to go back and see what Marlene did. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you're going to enjoy it. And then go ahead and hit subscribe. I would love it if you would click subscribe. Laundry. Yeah, Trish. Hit subscribe. And go ahead and subscribe and click that little bell so you'll know when the next one comes up. And our anniversary was fantastic. Thank you everyone for your well wishes on that. And again, next week is John's birthday and we'll be at Disney. Yay! So y'all have a great evening and I will see you next time. Good night.